Hi, this is Roger with Digital SMB. With the year coming to an end, now is the perfect time to look back at your email marketing efforts and see what worked, what didn't work, and what steps are necessary to take your program to the next level. How do you do that? Very easy. Email marketing end of the year review. It sounds very painful, but after all the work, you'll be happy you did it. So what should this review include? A couple of the pieces that it should include is 1. Analysis of key performance metrics. 2. Review of recipient feedback, surveys, and website analytics. Comparison against internal and relevant external benchmarks. 4. Review of creative and content. After completing your review and internal audit, it will then be your turn to create an improvement plan for the coming year. Elements of your plan should include list building and maintenance planning, creative planning, segmentation and personalization, testing, and reporting and analysis planning. In this video though, we'll focus on what to collect and analyze in your year-end review. So, part 1 of the review is analysis of key performance metrics. Your first step in the annual review process is to pull together in a spreadsheet the campaign or newsletter results for the year. Include all relevant stats from opens, clicks, referrals, bounces, unsubscribes, spam complaints, etc. Once assembled, calculate your overall averages and determine the best and worst performing messages for each metric. What metrics should you analyze? The basics such as open, click-throughs, bounce rates, and all types of email programs. But beyond the standard metrics, you should definitely look at metrics that are specific to your business, such as e-commerce, such as publishers and corporate newsletters. Each one of you guys should have metrics that are very specific to your goals and objectives. So, as you're going through all these metrics, there's some factors to use to look at and bucket all of these metrics. 1 is priority metrics. What are the most important metrics for your email marketing program? Which ones affect your bottom line or your overall top business goals? If you're a retailer, it is probably things like conversion rate, number of orders per email sent, average order size. The key, however, is that you determine the critical measures of success and not simply focus on opens and click-through rates. Other piece is looking at consistency. Were your key metrics consistent within a certain percentage range? For example, 42 to 45% open rates. Look for highs and lows as well. Find your message highs and lows for each key metric and compare to your overall averages. If the low or highs varies dramatically, then there is likely a lesson, positive or negative, to be uncovered. Message metrics variances. What if you have a combination of great and horrible metrics resulting from a single message? For example, you might have a low open rate but very high click-through rate. This means that a piece of your message was good, like the subject, but the content was poor or it was great. These are things that you need to look at so that you can dig in and find out more information. Part 2, review of recipient feedback, surveys, website analytics, sales, and sales stats. Have you conducted any reader surveys throughout the year? If so, bring that in, evaluate those. Next, analyze your website's stats, as well as website stats derived from your email newsletters. If you're selling online, which product categories are most visited and which product and categories produce the most orders and revenue coming from your email newsletter or email blast. Part 3 of the review is comparison against internal and relevant external benchmarks. If your organization produces more than one email newsletter or campaign, see if your fellow email marketers will share their data so that you can benchmark key metrics. Additionally, Comparing your performance to industry averages can provide confirmation that your program is on track or in need of some first aid. Be careful when comparing against these industry averages. Use them as general guides, not as precise benchmarks that you can compare to your efforts to. Part 4 is review your creative content. So what you want to do is pull in all your examples, pull together all the examples of your actual messages and subject lines with the above benchmarks and analysis in mind. Review each of the following creative areas, looking for what approach drove the best results. Some of the content you definitely want to bring in is subject lines. And compare and look at the stats based on length, tone, and style, whether you include a company or publication name. Layout and format length of your emails. Did you change your formats? Compare the various formats over time, not just 1 or 2 messages. Did you switch from full articles to teasers or postcard? Did you move over to a responsive email design? Look at your metrics based on this type of content. Content styles. Do some newsletters have more personality than others? Is your style full of humor or just the facts and conservative in nature? Segmentation and personalization. Did you send special messages that had a higher level of personalization or segmentation than others? Were the results significantly different? An example would be, look at the data from your birthday messages if you do have birthday messages. Was the engagement much higher? If so, you definitely can look at those stats to create more personalized messages. Part 5, in the final piece, is review of competitors and best practice examples. Finally, pull together all the examples of your email message from your competitors and your favorite newsletters and campaigns, no matter what industry. Look at and take notes on what knocks your socks off. Subject lines, design, personality and style of writing, great approach to others, and pick up the best and the best, and look at how you might be able to implement those things in the upcoming year to improve yours. And finally, you're done. So the next steps would be is hopefully you'll be able to take this, put together, finalize it, present it to your executives. Take the next month or so to get this thing done. Don't procrastinate. You want to do it as soon as possible so that you can actually present it to your executives and recommendations of how you can improve your email marketing for the next year. So hopefully this is helpful. I'll provide a link below with more details regarding how to go and do this review. And good luck on 2019.